The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS Church, commonly known as the Mormon Church, has a rich and unique history that spans nearly 2 centuries. From its humble beginnings in the early 19th century to its current status as a global religious movement, the story of the LDS Church is one of faith, perseverance, and divine revelation. The history of the LDS Church begins with Joseph Smith, a young farm boy from upstate New York. In 1820, at the age of 14, Joseph experienced what is known as the first vision. According to LDS teachings, Joseph prayed to know which church to join and was visited by God the Father and Jesus Christ. They instructed him that none of the existing churches were true and that he was to restore the true church. In 1823, Joseph Smith reported receiving another divine visitation, this time from an angel named Moroni. Moroni revealed the location of golden plates buried in a hill near Joseph's home. These plates contained the record of ancient inhabitants of the Americas and their dealings with God. Over the next several years, Joseph translated these plates into what is now known as the Book of Mormon, which was first published in 1830. The Book of Mormon is considered by Latter-day Saints to be another testament of Jesus Christ, complementing the Bible. It recounts the history of 2 great civilizations in the Americas and their interactions with God. On April 6, 1830, Joseph Smith formally organized the Church of Christ, later to be known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in Fayette, New York. The early church grew rapidly, drawing converts who were impressed by Smith's revelations and the Book of Mormon. The early years of the LDS Church were marked by intense persecution. The saints, as members are often called, faced hostility from neighbors and were driven from state to state. In 1839, after being expelled from Missouri under an extermination order issued by Governor Lilburn Boggs, the saints found refuge in Nauvoo, Illinois. In Nauvoo, the church flourished, and Joseph Smith introduced new doctrines and practices, including plural marriage, polygamy, which would later become a source of significant controversy. In June 1844, Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram were murdered by a mob while imprisoned in Carthage, Illinois. Their deaths marked a turning point for the LDS Church. Brigham Young, a senior apostle, emerged as the new leader and led the church through a period of transition and migration. Under Brigham Young's leadership, the saints undertook a monumental journey westward, seeking a place where they could practice their faith without persecution. In 1847, they arrived in the Salt Lake Valley, in what is now Utah, and began to establish a new community. This migration is a foundational story for Latter-day Saints, symbolizing their resilience and faith. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the LDS Church continued to grow and expand. Despite facing continued legal and social challenges, including conflicts over the practice of polygamy, the church solidified its presence in the American West and began to send missionaries around the world. In 1890, the church officially discontinued the practice of polygamy, paving the way for Utah to achieve statehood in 1896. Throughout the 20th and 21st centuries, the LDS Church has experienced significant growth. It has established a global presence, with millions of members and thousands of congregations worldwide. The church is known for its strong emphasis on family, community service, and missionary work. The history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a testament to the faith and perseverance of its members. From Joseph Smith's first vision to the modern-day church, the journey of the Latter-day Saints is one of seeking divine guidance and striving to live according to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Today, the LDS Church continues to grow and adapt, sharing its message of hope and salvation with a global audience. President Gordon B. Hinckley, a former president of the LDS Church, once remarked, "The appearance of the Father and the Son to the boy Joseph was the greatest event in the history of the world since the resurrection of the Master." This vision laid the foundation for the restoration of the gospel of Jesus Christ. In 1823, Joseph Smith reported receiving another divine visitation, this time from an angel named Moroni. Moroni revealed the location of golden plates buried in a hill near Joseph's home. These plates contained the record of ancient inhabitants of the Americas and their dealings with God. Over the next several years, Joseph translated these plates into what is now known as the Book of Mormon, which was first published in 1830. Elder Jeffrey R. Holland, an apostle of the LDS Church, has emphasized the significance of the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon is the keystone of our religion. It is the most correct of any book on earth and the keystone of our religion, and a man would get nearer to God by abiding by its precepts than by any other book. President Thomas S. Monson, another former president of the LDS Church, reflected on these early days. From small beginnings, the church has grown steadily and today encompasses the globe. The Lord's work goes forward. President Brigham Young stated Joseph Smith, the prophet and seer of the Lord, has done more, save Jesus only, for the salvation of men in this world, than any other man that ever lived in it. This sentiment underscores the profound impact Joseph Smith had on the early church and its members. President Russell M. Nelson, the current president of the LDS Church, has spoken of the pioneers. The faith of our pioneer ancestors is a shining example to all of us. They endured hardship and trial because of their faith in the Lord Jesus Christ and their conviction of the truth of the restored gospel. The history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a testament to the faith and perseverance of its members. From Joseph Smith's first vision to the modern-day church, the journey of the Latter-day Saints is one of seeking divine guidance and striving to live according to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Today, the LDS Church continues to grow and adapt, sharing its message of hope and salvation with a global audience. As President Russell M. Nelson recently stated, the future is bright for God's covenant people. This optimism reflects the enduring faith and forward-looking vision of the Latter-day Saints.